Welcome everybody to another round of World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name as always is Maxwell, and today's first video is from the user Kjepo, or probably that's a silent K, so Jepo, and he's driving the BDR G1B on a standard battle on the airfield. BDR G1B being a tier 5 heavy tank for the French. This one, sorry about that, this one can be a little bit of a terror if it's in experienced hands, and as you can imagine with this being a featured replay, it is indeed in experienced hands. The cannon on that thing, it gets the 19mm with 240 damage and 135 average pen, and at tier 5 this thing can absolutely wreak havoc, which we are about to see. So Jepo going to be heading all the way to this northern flank here. We'll be taking up residence with this Wolverine. He's got a T49 on the far north, but only one other tank coming with him here, this M2 medium. Normally you see a team concentrate quite a lot of forces around this area, so fingers crossed the allies are going to be able to fend off the attack of the enemy, or hopefully the enemy isn't going to concentrate too many tanks in this area. But that one's probably a bit too much of an ask, as people love to fight around this little area here. So Jepo having a quick look, nobody quite being brave enough to push up that ridge just yet. Just going to sit here and wait for the enemy to advance. Nope, no he's not. He's going to go straight forward. Got no time to wait for the enemy to advance. Finds Chi-He, that he is able to get behind the ridge just in time there. So lucky move from him. Takes some fire from the right hand side. He's now got a rear shot on this Chi-He. Going to let his gun close in. Gets a lovely hit there. And the Chi-He is going to decide that it's time for him to move. Does see a Panzer IV off in the distance. Got a long reload on his cannon. But that is finished now. And so is the Panzer IV. He's back to the garage. And that's kill number 1 for Jepo. Going to offer some aid to the left-hand flank here. Finds a Panzer Soufflé. Gets a beautiful hit on him to take him straight out as well. And that's kill number 2. Also finds a Matilda Black Prince, but it looks like he's nicely hidden behind the terrain there. Nobody else really offering themselves as a target. Looks like the southern flank there is pretty much under control from the Allies. They've got way more tanks there than the enemy team does. Takes a bouncing shot from the right-hand side. This thing doesn't have particularly fantastic armor, so that must have been a glancing blow there on the turret. Yep, we can see. So going to go back and concentrate his attentions back on this northern area. Sees a Cruiser Mark IV heading up the hill. Cruiser Mark IV had no idea that Jepo was there, and he gets a beautiful hit on him to take him out. Does take a shot from that Marder 38 there. Kills his driver and damages his turret. Gets a huge chunk of damage back onto one of those Marder 38s, and they're going to have to think twice now about staying in this firefight. Going to let his reticule close in on the last Marder and take that shot blind, but still picks up the kill. So absolutely fantastic shot there into the fog of war to pick up that kill. Now going to be switching his attention across to this Panzer 38T, and indeed takes him out as well. And that's 5 very quick kills, only 3.5 minutes into this match. As you can see, there's still an Su-85 and a Chi-He in this area. Ooh, he's taken some big, well, I was going to say taking some big hits from the artillery, but it's not hits. He's taking some fire from the artillery. About 3 or 4 artillery shells landing nearby so far. This M7 Priest's really got it in for him, and with 7 kills on the board, you can understand why he would be trying so hard to eliminate Jepo from the game here, as he takes out that Su-85 and then decides to switch his attention across to the center of the map. Somebody pinging off that northern location, but to be honest, I don't think anybody is left there. I think everybody who was in that northern location has been taken out. Now going to be heading down to the south of the map to offer some help, although he finds a Cruiser 2 here, although he's just behind the sand dune. Takes a hit from the right-hand side. I think that's probably not, it's from an Su-76. It looks like there is still somebody in that northern area, and another artillery shell lands nearby. This Cruiser 2 looks like he's a little bit oblivious. I don't think he realizes what's about to happen here. He's looking like he wants to stay and fight, but I don't think he realizes how much trouble he is in. Jepo lets his gun close in just long enough to pick up kill number 8. So Su-76 going to be dueling with that Matilda in the north there. Looks like the Matilda might have the better of this. I don't think an Su-76 is much of a match for a Matilda, and no, indeed he's not. He's gone down, and this game is all tied up now at 12 kills to 12. They've got a T-40 in the south there. the Matilda and himself heading towards the centre of the map. The enemy team got a Black Prince, a Matilda Black Prince that is, a Hetzer and an M7 Priest. The Matilda Black Prince appears in the south there, going to be dueling with that T40. What kind of hit points has he got? Not very good. But to be honest, the Hetzer was last spotted down there as well. And if the two of them are moving together, they should easily be able to pick off that T40 themselves. Ooh, he's obviously been spotted by somebody as another artillery shell lands really nearby there. And somebody's gotten eyes on the Hetzer here. You can see he's just on the other side of this ridge here. And Jeppo going to try and go and take him out as he only had 30-some hit points. This is going to be an easy pickup if he can get a shot on him. Finds him here. I think the Hetzer realises he's been spotted because he starts to run away, trying to get clear. But Jeppo's got his number and picks up kill number 9. But not before their T40 was taken out. Having a bit of a conversation there as his track gets destroyed. But it looks like that Hetzer picked off the T40 earlier on. And now the Matilda and Jeppo in the BDR G1B going to be trying to find the Matilda Black Prince and then try and find the artillery. It looks like the Matilda Black Prince is making a run for the cap circle. And there's just... the Matilda Black Prince is nowhere near fast enough. And he's just going to be caught out in the open, and there's going to be nothing he can do here. Caught out in the open, got nowhere to hide. But Jeppo's got to be careful, because if an artillery shell lands right about now, could put an end to his awesome, awesome games. He's almost certainly been revealed, taking that shot. There we go. There's another artillery shell landing nearby. This M7 Priest just hasn't had a good game at all today. Missed about 5 or 6 shells on the artillery, and now it's just a case of the Matilda and the BDR going and finding the artillery. Being smart here, looks like the Matilda should be heading towards the cap circle, while Jeppo in the BDR goes looking for the artillery. We'll speed this one up, because the BDR not the fastest tank in the world, but they still have 6 minutes on the clock here, so they can definitely afford some time to have one of them go and cap and one of them to go look for the artillery. Not in any kind of rush. Finds the artillery here. He's camping. Well, not camping. He's trying to take out this Matilda. It looks like he's actually behind a little bit of cover here. So this is going to be a bit of a difficult shot for Jeppo. Lets his reticule close all the way. And that one just about missed, so a little bit unfortunate. The M7 Priest takes out the Matilda. Hopefully Jeppo can get some eyes back on him. Allows his reticule to close in. Looks like the M7 Priest has turned. He doesn't realise where he is. Doesn't know that Jeppo is right behind him. Takes his shot and picks up kill number 11. And that is GG and the victory. So absolutely awesome game there from Jeppo. Picking himself up 11 kills, 2,000 damage. Over 2,000 damage, because I think a couple of those shots landed in the fog of war. So awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget to stick around, because as always the score screens and another game are coming right up. And our second replay of the days for on the user Battle Typhoon. That's Battle Typhoon, and he's driving the Crusader on an encounter battle on Redshire. Crusader being a tier 5 light tank for the British. So this being an encounter battle. I'm going to be heading straight to the northern part of the map, kind of to the centre, in an effort to overlook the cap circle. What tends to happen is the heavier and heavy hitting tanks tend to go to the right hand flank, and the faster tanks and the scouts tend to go to the left hand flank or straight to the cap circle. As you can see, Battle Typhoon taking up a position on top of the ridge, which is going to allow some great protection from the left hand side thanks to these rocks, but it's also going to allow him to overlook the battlefield. Gets a good angle on this M7 here. Going to start landing some damage. You can see the reload speed of this cannon is fantastic at just 2 and a bit seconds. And with it being tier 5 only, the low penetration and alpha damage isn't going to matter too much. You can see the enemy team already rushing the cap circle here, trying to get a lot of tanks in here straight away. This Panzer IV making a run to the north there, but got hit in the side and made the classic mistake of stopping dead and deciding to reverse back. And that just led to him being taken out very, very quickly there. As he stopped out in the open, got tracked, and that was the end of his game. Finds that M7 that he was shooting at earlier, going to head back up onto the hill in an effort to try and get his gun on target. Not quite able to. Finds a different T-49 here, but it looks like he's a bit too difficult a target to try and hit. So he's going to try and hit this T-34 instead. Gets a good bit of damage on him instead, but he's taking fire from that side now. Everybody going to be sitting in the cap circle for now, until they can figure out the next course of action. That T-49 still on the other side of the ridge, making sure that that cap doesn't advance any further. Battle Typhoon going to try and sneak around here and get some damage through the side of his armor here. Is able to get some through the terrible, terrible armor of that T-49. I don't think this T-49 is too situationally aware, as he just gets himself taken out in the cap circle there, and he becomes Battle Typhoon's first kill now of the match. So the battle progressing nicely. It's all even, well, not all even, but pretty even at the moment. It's 6 kills to 5. The Allied team putting a lot of tanks in the cap circle here. And even if they don't decide to cap this one out, it's going to put the pressure on the enemy team to get in here and do something about this. Battle Typhoon is on the other side of this ridge here, so he's pretty safe. Battle's not going very well on the right-hand side. The enemy team's got a KV-1 over there. And
target acquired.
He's going to be a bit difficult to get shifted. Does come up behind this S-35CA here. Got to be careful though, because he's taking hits from the front. But I don't think this S-35 is able to do anything about it. Decides that he's got to try and run away. Runs just far enough behind that rock there. But I think Battle Typhoon may be able to sneak around. S-35 has his shot and misses, but he is still safe behind that rock there. So we're going to have to play this one very carefully. The enemy team has snatched the lead away right now because it's 7 kills to 8. I'm going to try and get a hit on this S-35. Got to be careful though, because this guy's going to be able to deal out a decent amount of damage, but he just wasn't prepared for the reload speed of this Crusader here, and he gets himself taken out. And picks up another T-49 here, who done a good job of clearing out the cap circle himself with the aid of his allies, but then comes around the corner to try and take on Battle Typhoon, and he just gets himself eliminated. There's a Chi-Nu chasing now, but I don't think he's noticed him, looking in the wrong direction. A little bit unfortunate for that shot to only get a hit on the tracks there. Not even tracking him, just all of that damage being absorbed by the Chi-Nu's tracks. Got to be careful, because the Chi-Nu's half decently armoured for a light tank like the Crusader to be able to take out, but it looks like he's getting shot in the rear now, so that's at least going to give him something else to think about. Going to try and just keep the house between himself and this Chi-Nu. If this Chi-Nu just comes around the corner for it now, one more shot, and he's able to take him out thanks to some excellent covering fire from his allies there, whittling down his hit points and leaving him with just enough left for the Crusader to be able to take him out. So, game nicely swung back in the favour of the Allies at 10 kills to 8. Left-hand flank is at a little bit of a stalemate at the moment. So, Battle Typhoon going to head over to the right-hand side to see if he can offer some help over there. Looks like that KV-1 is still pretty entrenched. He's been doing a decent amount of damage to people. Not sure where his platoon mate, the T1 Heavy, is. Got to be aware that he could be... Oh, no, it looks like he's on the far left-hand side there. The couple of Stugs that were defending this area on pretty low hit points, both of them here. And looks like that Crusader has taken out the Stug, but Battle Typhoon has a clear shot here, although he is pretty well hulled down. Got to play it carefully here, doing a fantastic job of just dodging the shells from this Crusader. And the Crusader making a move, deciding to use his speed and agility to try and keep himself alive. Does a good job of getting behind the terrain here, but he's still going and still trying to run away, and he's just putting himself in harm's way. If he'd stopped a little bit earlier, probably would have survived, But as it is, he gets himself taken out, and he's Battle Typhoon's kill number 5. Now it's going to be a case of trying to take this KV-1 on head on. It looks like the KV-1's actually destroyed the other Stug. I'm going to try and get a shot on him, but the armor of this KV-1 is going to be fairly thick. He did have a shot there, but planted that one into the terrain. Got to be careful, because I think the KV-1's probably going to have the alpha damage to be able to take him out in one shot. And if not one shot, then very close. But as it is, he left his turret exposed way too long, turned it on the target on the M4. Battle Typhoon was able to pick up kill number 6 and a well-deserved Top Gun medal. So there's just this M4 Sherman left in the town here. He's currently dueling with the T-34. So Battle Typhoon going to flank around behind him, try and get some shots through his rear or side armor, and hopefully he can try and pick up kill number 7 and a little bit more damage as this one winds down. Allied team did a fantastic job of getting an advantage and then pressing it home. And as it is, the T-34 that was dueling with him earlier was able to take out the M4 Sherman, but that's still a fantastic game there by Battle Typhoon, picking himself up 6 kills and 1,500 points of damage, which isn't bad at all at tier 5 for a light tank. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, then please send that to replay@screenreality.com. Link for that is in the description. If you enjoyed this video, found it entertaining, useful, you learned something, then definitely consider hitting that subscribe button for a lot more World of Tanks content to come in the future. And if you want to leave me a like or comment, let me know exactly what you thought about the 2 replays. That would be greatly appreciated. I have been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks, and I will catch you guys next time.